Hi guys, it's Lou, and you're watching Trans TV. So this week we are talking about stress and anxiety. Yeah! So to dive into it, I feel like my main anxiety is social anxiety. Talking to people is difficult. I am introverted, so I don't have a lot of real friends. I have plenty of internet friends though, so that's cool. Meeting new people is difficult, especially if I know they're gonna meet my parents someday, because I'm gonna have to introduce myself as a female, and that is always so difficult and painful to do. Or if I'm meeting somebody through my parents, if I'm meeting like my dad's new musician friend or something, or I'm meeting my mom's new art friend. They always refer to me as a female, and you can imagine the dysphoria that just washes over you in those moments. Or sometimes when my mom is talking on the phone or to somebody and I pop up in the conversation and she refers to me as her daughter. Ugh. She is not doing this on purpose, please know that. She is only doing that because my dad doesn't know yet, and she knows that, and she doesn't want to reveal anything to my dad just yet. It's that little, you know, in your chest, and it just like happens, and you're just like, ah. Okay. And because of all that, it brings my confidence level down. I feel because I'm not fully out, I'm a bit constricted of who I am, and I can't present myself as who I am, so it's difficult being somebody that you're not and being outgoing. I just feel very unconfident, and I have this discomfort around people because what they know is that I'm a female. I know that I'm not, and it's strange to be in the same presence as someone who does only know that. Of course, I have other anxieties. Of course, dysphoria is a type of anxiety. They classify it in a type of anxiety, which makes sense because you do feel quite anxious when you feel dysphoric. Another example of my social anxiety is one time I had to go to a New Year's Eve party, and my friend was gonna come pick me up. And it was about 15 minutes before he was supposed to pick me up, and I started panicking. I had a panic attack. I was thinking about all the people that were going to be there and how they were going to see me, if I was just going to be sitting in a corner, or if my friends would actually come and talk to me, or, you know, it was, and all of these bad negative things started playing out in my head, and I was like, shit, this is all going to go wrong. But of course I had a friend that I consulted, and she was very helpful in the matter, so I thank you, friend. So this may apply to other people. Most of my anxieties correlate with my stress. There of course are family issues, everyone has those. Being halfway in the closet, you know, that can cause some anxiety and some stress. And of course dysphoria causes a lot of my anxiety. But I'm not typically the type of guy to just like crumble into pieces whenever stress and anxiety overcome me. Another thing that I'm gonna throw out there, everyone can feel depressed. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can go into a depression. Again, there's a difference between depressed and clinically depressed. Me, on the other hand, I am not clinically depressed. But over the years, there were times where I felt depressed. Mostly because of my dysphoria and because of family issues that I'm not gonna talk about because they're too crazy and personal to talk about on the internet. But yes, there are those things in my life that would just make me feel miserable and not worth anything. But of course, that's never true. So how does one deal with anxieties and stress and depression? So I can tell you how I dealt with all of it, and then you can just do whatever feels appealing to you, whatever sounds appealing to you. So for the past 3 years, I have taken up meditation. Just simple meditation, just, you know, sitting in an area you feel most comfortable, closing your eyes, sitting up or laying down, controlling your breathing, maybe listening to some ambiance or music or nature sounds. There is also music binging. Holy shit. There is also music binging. I would often peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I would quite frequently go on music binges, meaning I would just listen to mass amounts of music that made me happy, starting a journal. I started journaling a long time ago when I started feeling odd towards everything. I was about 10 years old and I started to, you know, find out that I had feelings for girls, and my parents were having issues, and the school I was going to was not the best school. So I was just being washed over with all this awfulness. So I started writing just my emotions and my feelings and thoughts out on a page. It just felt good to get it out. Being carefree! That is a method I actually picked up just this year. Yes, of course I have all these anxieties and stresses, and I have dysphoria, and I have family issues. Oh! You have to take into account that people do have it worse than you. Some people don't have a bed, some people don't have a roof over their head, some people don't have food. But of course, with that being said, I am not comparing your problems with anyone else's, because everyone's issues are valid. So I feel like when you have that state of mind where you know that the world is quite bad in other places, you tend not to feel so sad about yourself. Don't ever feel so down about yourself, because there are other people going through way worse things. You're feeling this way because of obvious reasons. But when you let it control you, that is the worst. Me, when people say like, ew, you're a girl. No, I'm not. You can't take it so personally. Never take anything personally, because that also causes stress. To end this video, there are places you can go to, numbers you can call, and people you can talk to about this kind of thing if you're ever in need of that. If you ever feel stressed, depressed, or anxietous, there are places you can go to remedy that, to help you. If you don't feel comfortable calling some random person, please remember that I am always here, and I'm willing to talk to you. I'm also going to put my email down below, just in case that is ever anything you guys need. This went okay. It was better than last week's video. Last week's video was not planned out at all. So, see you next Saturday, guys. Woo!